Hey, I hope your day is going great. It's been a long time since I've really put a video together. I've been so super busy with we're getting our kimchi certified, and we are getting certified to produce and retail our vegan kimchi. And along with that it's been a 7 or 8 month process of having a plan review, coming up with a standard operating procedure, all the plans you have to put in place as far as cleanliness, making sure you're following all the rules and regulations for the state of Maryland, and food, and producing any kind of food. I think there's a lot of people that don't realize what goes into it and how many safety precautions there are. And I almost feel bad with just with all the transparency that I like putting out there. I kind of feel bad how we've sold thousands and thousands of kimchis without having many of these plans in place. However, I will tell you that our kimchi production was probably the cleanest you could possibly be, with sanitation, making sure that everything was properly sanitized, it was bottled correctly, it was made correctly, the pH was right around a 4.2, which it needs to be for the fermentation. But all that aside, we're having a lot of changes happening right now. The biggest change and the most fear that we're feeling right now comes from the fact that I've also resigned from teaching. Janine has resigned from teaching. So we are going to try to make our business work 100% for our survival as a family. And it's scary, man. I don't, it's scary. However, I keep trying to tell people that we are going to be great. We're going to be fine. Janine and I both are fighters. No matter what, we're gonna fight through and make this work. I have no question in my mind that Rootbound Farms is going to be a successful business, because I have the passion to put into it and to do what we need to do to make it successful. And it's one of those things where we didn't get into Rootbound Farms to make money. We want to make a living, but gosh, there's so many things that, so many directions we want to take Rootbound Farms. There's all kinds of options open as far as places to lease land if we wanted to. There's options open to do some nonprofit stuff with farming, and also to get involved with schools. So that's one thing I really want to do, is get involved with elementary schools and get to the kids young, to get them to have that passion and that drive to want to grow their own food, and also know where their food comes from, and have that option open. I keep telling people, that option of college is great. It's wonderful. It's good for that experience of getting out there and learning, some worldly knowledge about other places, and, things like psychology and sociology, and, as far as business and all, so there's a lot of college courses that are really awesome, that are going to help you out in life. However, some people don't want that college. Some people want to go for it, and they have that drive right out of high school. And farming is one of those things where, you might need to start off slow, but it will, you can start right after high school. You have a place to grow some things, and an outlet to be able to sell your produce. And kind of like us, we would never be able to survive off of just our produce. It's impossible. We have a lot of value added products, and there's a couple definitions of value added. to me, value added means products that people are going to want or need that help bring in more people that really want other products. So for example, if we're selling lettuce at the farmer's market, sometimes people come there just for the lettuce and they're like, oh man, you got soaps. So they'll buy a couple soaps. Or they're coming there for soaps and they're like, man, you got cucumbers and berries and hot peppers and garlic, and you have sprays? What are these sprays? Tell me about the sprays. So all these value added products that we sell, it's not just soap and sprays. We have produce. Now kimchi is going to come into play. Now the big thing that we're doing right now, and the biggest expense, we have almost gotten all the expenses paid for, we're transforming a 4x7 enclosed trailer into a refrigerator using CoolBot technology. Just a simple GE 8000 BTU window air conditioning unit. And I went out today and purchased the Predator 3500, which is a quiet generator that will be way more than enough to be able to power that AC unit and some lights and anything else we need to power while we're at the farmer's market. But we are going to be showing up to the farmer's market with a refrigerated trailer that we will be able to house our kimchi, any produce that may need to be refrigerated, especially during these hot 95, 100 degree days. We just can't use these coolers. We just don't have enough coolers, and it's just too much to do. So, and also we won't be able to sell the kimchi out of a cooler. Kimchi needs to stay below a 40, it's comfortable around a 38 or 39 degree mark. So the hopes is that CoolBot will be able to refrigerate down below that. It's supposed to be able to go down to 34 degrees. We don't need it that cold though. And it's a very small space. It's 4x7 by 5 feet tall, and it's going to be even smaller once I get the insulation in. Now this is the problem that I'm running into right now. I'm trying to keep the expense down for the insulation, and the insulation is the biggest factor when it comes to creating the CoolBot refrigerator, the trailer that I'm creating. Insulation is key. We're supposed to have at least like a 20 RF value, which is hardcore insulation. I mean, it's right around what a refrigerator would have. You notice how when you're standing outside a refrigerator, you don't feel the cold air coming out of it. And refrigerators cycle on and off, and they don't need to run at all times. So we need to I need to find the best option for insulation. That's what's holding me back right now. Literally 3 more purchases I need for the trailer. Insulation, I need polyvinyl coating for it, like a really light color. That's going to meet the standards for getting certified for the trailer, because you need to be able to see dirt, so it needs to be a really light color. And so yeah, and I just need a stand for a bracket for the air conditioning to be able to hold up, support the weight of the window air conditioning unit outside of the trailer, because you know trailers bounce around a lot, so it needs to be able to withstand that, you know, the movement and the bouncing around. So those are all the things that are coming up with Rootbound Farms. I really apologize, I have not made a video lately. I've actually been editing a video now for a month, and it just has not come together. And I'm pretty much sure that I'm not gonna have that video come together. I'm gonna just put this video out there and of me talking to update you guys. It's kind of like a farm update. And like I said, there's a lot coming down the road here. We're going to be at a lot of different markets. We're going to be selling that kimchi. Our goal with the kimchi to start off is going to be to produce anywhere from 80 to 160 16-ounce kimchis a week. We're going to see if the demand is up to that. However, I don't, this kimchi has taken on a mind of its own. We're getting at least a dozen phone calls, messages, emails a week, really wanting the kimchi and asking us when we're gonna have it. And I know it's been a long time, but I really want to do everything legally and actually have the kimchi out there so it's a great product. We're rebranding, we're changing the labels, we're not changing the name. It's still going to be Kimchi Kind. That's our brand name of kimchi. It is still vegan, and it's going to be fermented, slow fermented for 2 weeks. Each batch will be slow fermented for 2 weeks, and then we will need to put a 3-month Best By date on it, which is amazing because kimchi should last years in the refrigerator. Kimchi gets better with age. The fermentation process is a lacto fermentation process. It is one of the most basic, the most natural and simple preservation methods known to man. So that, you know, many things are fermented without you even realizing. Most hot sauces, Tabasco sauce, fermented for, I believe Tabasco is fermented for like a year. Those peppers are fermented for over a year before you eat that Tabasco sauce. And one of the best, most natural ways to preserve your food is fermentation. A lot of the salt that we add to it for the, you know, for the brining of the Napa cabbage actually is not present once, you know, once you eat the kimchi, once the fermentation process has happened. A lot of that, you know, that's part of the process. It's kind of like soap making. When you make it and you put lye, the sodium hydroxide, in the soap, after a while, I mean, once the saponification process has gone through, that lye has completely chemically transformed the soap. There's no more lye. There's no more soda, no more of that chemical involved in the soap. That's why when you use the soap, it's not going to burn you. That lye will tear you up. So this is kind of just like a farm update. We are extremely busy. We're also in the process of planning out our fall garden, and our fall garden is going to contain our front yard as well too. We're back to growing in the front yard. It's our livelihood now. We need to expand our space, so we're back to growing in that front yard now, with a bunch of lettuces, maybe some greens, a lot of Lola Rosa mixed, maybe even some kale and some Swiss chard. We missed out on that this year because we planted it on the front and then overturned it and planted grass seed. So we are on the verge of doing a lot. We have the Homesteaders of America conference coming up in October. We're going to be there for 3 days. Tonight we have our live Q&A with Michael Kilpatrick's Small Farm University. I believe it's going to be on Facebook Live. I'm not quite sure the link, but I know that you need to be part of that Small Farm University to be able to get on that. However, we have a lot going on, and there's just so many things. And Janine's not just working on the farm. She's working with a local farm, Hard Bargain Farm, and doing what's called the Nature Nuts program. She's teaching it and planning it out and things like that. So Janine is extremely busy along with tutoring. So once again, just the farm update. I will get back to you. This video hopefully will be coming out almost real time. I'm going to edit it and pop it into YouTube as quickly as possible, and I really do appreciate it. I'm going to start ramping up these YouTube videos. The next video that you should be watching is going to be part 1 of our build of our CoolBot refrigerator trailer for our kimchi and our greens and produce. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment if you'd like to. We thrive off of communication through YouTube. Also, feel free to subscribe, hit that bell up top, I think it's the top right, so you can get notifications whenever we make a new video, and follow us along. We're going to try to be as transparent as possible during this insane experiment that we have going on to live and survive off of 1/10 of an acre, a total of 3/4 of an acre at our suburban farm in a local community in La Plata, Maryland. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.